Joining us now is Ojinika Ojiope with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jenix.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
You look bright and cheerful this morning. Hope we have a great show today. Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning, Oji.
How are you?
Very well.
Good. We have conversation after the show. You're looking too fine these days. Good morning. How are you, Rufai?
You're glowing with Wawules.
No, now.
They say you're the queen of Wawules.
It's not true. I don't like that rhetoric. I'm peaceful.
They say you are the most feared woman in Nigerian media.
Wow.
Wow.
I come in peace.
You see, that's their word. That's the slogan. I come in peace.
Well, all right. Good morning to you, viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu sent the name of Abbas Balarabe as a ministerial nominee from Kaduna State to the Senate for confirmation on Tuesday. Abbas is said to have been nominated to replace Nasiru El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna, whose confirmation was withheld by the Senate over a security report. Abbas served in the administration of El-Rufai as the secretary to the state government. Sports. NBA legend Michael Jordan has made history again as he becomes the first professional athlete to enter the Forbes 400 list of richest Americans with an estimated net worth of $3 billion. Jordan, who is widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time, capitulated onto the Forbes 400 list this year following the sale of the Charlotte Hornets in August. The 60-year-old's journey from an iconic player to successful owner and brand ambassador for Nike's Air Jordan reshaped the world of sports. Under entertainment, the head of Malian Records, Naira Marley, was taken into custody on Tuesday by the police and detained for interrogation amid an investigation into the death of his former signee, Mohbad, who died under controversial circumstances. Naira Marley became a person of interest in the death of Mohbad. I must say, congratulations to the police for putting out this information out there as well. We are seeing that this investigation is taking shape. I am also happy that Naira Marley had gone in for questioning, because he did put out a tweet to say that he was going to come back to Nigeria and, go for the investigation. We must see the end of this. Rufai, quickly.
Most importantly, we must see the end of it, and justice, must always be done in society. If you have a case to answer, the police has called him in, they've called Samilari in. Let's see how this pans out. And also, in investigating it, while they're in custody, we must also remember everybody has got their rights and all of that. And let's see the end to it, so that at least we can bring closure to all of this debacle around Mohbad. But most importantly, where many Nigerians out there, Liam, the son Mohbad left behind, it's also important we think of that boy. So people that want to go out there, reach out to the family and do something for the boy. And the Mohbad family too must put their own house in order, so that we get to an end of all of this. And I hope this is not just a talk shop. This strengthens our music industry. This strengthens our music promotion industry. This strengthens relationship between record labels and artists. So there's a lot of reforms we need in our society.
Very good. Again, may his soul rest in peace. We miss Mohbad. Well, let's continue on what's trending. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria on Tuesday urged the Supreme Court of Nigeria to disqualify President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from office or compel him to resign over alleged identity theft and certificate forgery. Uriwa made the call in a press statement following the revelation that the academic record from Southwest College, which Tinubu used in gaining admission into the Chicago State University, belonged to a woman. The civil society group said the documents released by CSU to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar showed that Tinubu was enrolled as a female student with the name Bola Adekunle Tinubu. Uriwa described the revelation as a shocking and shameful case of identity theft and certificate forgery. I mean, this is not the first time Huriwa is, making a case against the Tinubu administration, Dr. Abati. But if you could recall, in those documents released by CSU, they did say that, this female on that Southwest College was a clerical error. I don't know what your thoughts are, but, they made a comment that I thought was quite funny. And they said that, the Supreme Court should not behave like Judas in the Bible, and they should take this case up seriously.
Okay, yesterday on this program, I was talking about the principle of open justice, which is a basic justification, whereby, when there is a matter before the court of law, even mechanics and vulcanizers and all kinds of persons will get involved in it. Everybody has an opinion, whether it is informed or uninformed. But the principle, as established by Jeremy Bentham, 18th century English philosopher, is that publicity is the soul of justice, and that the judges in trying are also invariably on trial. So you find all kinds of perspectives and people insisting on their rights. Where are we on this matter? Yesterday, when we were discussing, we said we were waiting for the deposition.
Yes.
And that happened yesterday. CSU, Chicago State University, was represented by a man called Carl Westberg, and the lawyer who is the registrar of Chicago State University, and also by a gentleman called Michael Hayes, representing CSU. Henderson and Oluwole Afolabi appeared for the intervenor, in this case, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of Nigeria. And then there were 5 other lawyers who joined by Zoom. But the deposition by Carl Westberg is what I want to summarize very quickly. One, he said that the person who is President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is the same person that attended Chicago State University. 2, he confirmed that a certain gentleman called Adeniji, who had come forward to say he was Tinubu's classmate, in fact was also a student in the university at the same time, and they both ran for students' union position. 3, he said in the United States, the emphasis is not on diploma, that the diploma that that the PDP and Atiku Abubakar are looking for, it's just a ceremonial document, that what is at issue, what they will give out is transcript. 3, he said the F that is on that Southwest College, document, that it was a clerical error, which you yourself had acknowledged, and that it could happen. But that Southwest College is a major feeder source for Chicago State University. Number 4, he also pointed out that, look, there have been about 6 registrars since 1979, and that he was not there, although he's now the current registrar, and that the documents by all, all documents that they refer to in the process, that those documents, that Oluwole Afolabi counsel to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and asked that they should be certified, that they don't certify documents. That 4, or is it 5 now, that the replacement that Bola Ahmed Tinubu asked for, right, that they usually don't replace certificates, because that those certificates are issued by vendors. If you ask for transcript, they give you your transcript. 5, he also made the point about the matter you raised yesterday, that the certificates that they have in their custody are certificates that are not being collected by students. And it happens. Some students will graduate, they will not collect their certificates. So it's possible to show representation of what appeared. So these are, the major submissions by Caleb Westberg. That is that about that. Because yesterday we were saying we'll wait for those depositions. I asked the question yesterday, are there any smoking guns in the document? By the testimony of Westberg, we can conclude that by that testimony, there are no smoking guns for those who are looking for smoking guns. Number 3rd point to go forward is that this trip to the US has been for discovery for use.
Yeah, you've made that point.
Discovery for use. Okay, this discovery for use. You then ask 2 major questions, which are very relevant at the center of this, beyond emotions. What is the probative value of this, what we have now discovered? What is the utilitarian value? The Constitution makes it very clear that, you can't advance evidence that were not originally pleaded. It's just pure principle. You front load your evidence, and then the defense will file their response. You don't come and plead, piecemeal before the court. So the question that everybody has been asking is, okay, what will now happen at the Supreme Court? If logic is to be followed, nothing will happen, because the Supreme Court is not likely to reverse itself. And those who are quoting Order 2 they are quoting that or that two of the Supreme Court rules in vain. What the substantive law says stands, and I will be shocked. Even the exceptional circumstances that anybody wants to plead, those exceptional circumstances may not stand. I stand to be proven wrong, but that I think is the gravamen of the issue, beyond sentiments, beyond emotions. We were saying they should do this, they should do that. Those issues, in fact, the petitioner did not even plead forgery or identity in the original pleas before the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. That's how it will work out. It's not even about technicality. It's a substantive issue at stake.
Well, all right. In the meantime, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has begged Nigerians to be patient with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the face of prevailing economic hardship caused by the removal of petrol subsidy. The traditional ruler made the appeal during a visit to his family compound to mark the finale of the Olojo annual festival in Osun State. The Oni admitted that Nigerians are facing rough times and implored people to support persons in authority. Well, in the move to empower market women across Nigeria, the federal government is set to launch the Yaloja Fund, a 75 billion naira initiative aimed at supporting 1.5 million market women. Well, under this program, each market woman will receive a non-interest loan of 50,000 naira to bolster their businesses and enhance their capital. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu, says the program's scheduled for launch on October 17, will be implemented in 3 phases, with the first phase benefiting 500,000 individuals. Well, in Kaduna State, Governor Uba Sani has begun the distribution of palliatives to vulnerable persons and underserved communities in the Northwest State. The governor says 210,000 households will benefit from the measure. He says the effort underscores the state's commitment to addressing the needs of its most disadvantaged residents and ensuring equitable access to essential support.
Allotting this rights to 23 local governments, the organized labor with the people with the ability, the market women, religious leaders, traditional leaders, as well as other non-governmental organizations sat down together to come up with a list of beneficiaries. So we're targeting over 200,000 households, and the beneficiaries will be about 1 million.
All right, Ayo, we are seeing all of these measures take place, the market women, which I'm really, really happy about.
Yes, really
yesterday we talked about the Yaloja General of Nigeria. Yeah. Well, I hope that she is also part of this. But it's also good to see the Kaduna State Governor also go out there and distribute these palliatives. I mean, we're seeing 500,000 households, we're seeing 210,000 households benefiting from these initiatives. And also the story I took earlier of the Oni of Ife. It's not the first time he's calling for people to be patient with the Tinubu administration. Well, we hope that, things will get better. What can we say?
Yes, well, as a traditional leader, and I believe especially from the Southwest, I didn't expect anything different from him. He hasn't hidden his support for the president. And in saying that people should just be patient, you have to go through a process before you emerge, we're able to fix the challenges in the economy. But I think very importantly, in the same vein as he speaks, because he is regarded and respected, not just with the people, but even with leaders, including political leaders, he should also be able to speak to the efforts that they can make to make the lives of his people better. The thing with traditional leaders is that they have an opportunity to interface with the people more directly. Yes. So they see the daily challenges that people face. Yes. So he must understand the plight of the people. And I believe or hope that in his statement, he was saying it fairly regarding that people are suffering. Yes. And unfortunately, some of the things that have been complained about is the response of government to the people suffering. It's not the policy change or policy formation. It's the implementation and the fact that we've talked about it not being well thought out. Some of these announcements are made off the cuff. You didn't know consideration for the impact on the people, inflation, the cost of living, the cost of food. So that is what should be addressed.
Yes.
People are patient, but I do believe that we're getting to a point where people are getting impatient because the suffering and hardship is too much.
You know, Rufai, we did also see the Borno State governor, you know, jumping into action when, you know, the subsidy was removed. So it's also good to see that the Kaduna State governor has, you know, done the same thing. We saw, and I like the statement that you made about traditional rulers. We did see the governor also engage with traditional leaders in Kaduna State to try to distribute these palliatives, and I think that that is important as well. Rufai.
I smell a rat somewhere, and I like to say things the way they are. This was exactly trader money.
You mean the Iyaloja
Yes, the
fund?
Iyaloja fund is the same thing as trader money.
The other story, the
that they were
Iyaloja.
giving to people leading up to elections that time. A lot of people called vote buy. In fact, President Osinbajo was in the middle of all of that because he was the one moving around. What was the impact on the economy of that money? Till today, we have not been able to sort it out. Thousands of people were claimed to have given the money all over the country. It was a scheme too like this. What was the impact on that money? If we've not been able to do an impact review assessment, I don't believe we should give any Iyaloja money. It's just tokenism. You see, the problem with us in this country, we don't learn. Everybody comes to a new ministry, they look for a way to be able to take something. What was the impact? We all know what that trader money was riddled in. Secondly, what's the continuity plan? A lot of questions have been asked as regards how money was given. See, don't get me wrong. I'm not against giving money. I'm saying we should do things properly. So with this Iyaloja fund couched this way, what's going to be the impact? And you can't keep giving people without having an impact assessment for accountability. Even the leader, the doyen of giving people soft loan, Mohammed Yunus of the Grameen Bank, has a method at which people collect the loan back. See, one of the most successful local impact loan in this country thus far is still LAPO. And there's a level of accountability with LAPO because you know it's not free money. People pay that money back. So if you are just saying, you're just giving, you're just splurging, it's not going to go. You see, we need to move away from this mindset of tokenism in our society. And that's what we do so well. That's why I have a problem with it. We all remember when President Osinbajo was leading the front border for trader money. What was the impact? Till today, have we been able to have an exit plan assessment of the impact of that money in society, how it improved trade in the market and all of that? I smell it right, except you give me the data. I smell it right.
I have a story of Fidausi Ahamadu in Kano State that I would like to take, if you can.
I have a footnote, and it is as follows. Now, how did they arrive at these labels? There's one they call Jaga funds, which is supposed to be for traders. There's one better edu called Iyaloja funds. Now, what's the difference between Iyaloja funds for market women and Jaga funds for traders? Maybe Jaga, they mean Jagaban. Then there's another one they call Hugo funds. Who is Hugo? Now, she wants to give money to 1.5 million, persons. Now, which social register are they going to use? Because one of the things she said is that they are reviewing the social register.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
So why don't they finish that review first before they begin to give money out? Now, she is announcing billions. The president, in his speech, says there will be 75,000 naira to be distributed to 15 million households over a period of 3 months between September and October. Now, where is the money going to come from? And the footnote I want to add was a statement made by the chairman Committee on Gas Senate yesterday. When he was warning, that's Senator Jarigbe, when he was advising that there should be no illegal spending, and that the Tinubu administration, if it needs money, should bring a supplementary budget. Yes. And that the Tinubu administration should not do ways and means, which puts this economy into serious trouble, which was the problem under the Buhari administration. And I think that that advice should be taken to heart. No ways and means. Because it's not enough to just announce money. We will give you 15 billion. We will give you 75 billion. When it is not in the budget.
All right.